In 1983, in a secret meeting room in Toyota City, Japan, Chairman Eiji Toyota gathered his top executives. The message was clear, but shocking. We need to build a car better than the best Mercedes-Benz. The executives were stunned. Toyota, known for reliable but ordinary cars, challenging Mercedes, the pinnacle of luxury, it seemed impossible. But this wasn't just another car project. This was a billion-dollar gamble that would either revolutionize the luxury car industry or become one of the most expensive failures in automotive history. This is the story of how Japan shocked the automotive world and created Lexus. In the 1980s, Japan was riding high on an economic boom. Japanese companies were dominating industries worldwide, from electronics to automobiles. Toyota was selling over 3.8 million cars annually, capturing 25% of the Japanese market and 8.2% in America. But there was one segment they couldn't crack: luxury cars. This prestigious market, worth over $25 billion annually in the US alone, was firmly controlled by the Germans. Toyota's reputation was built on reliability and efficiency. Their Corolla had become the world's best-selling car, with over 20 million units sold. But Chairman Eiji Toyota wanted more. He saw how Mercedes-Benz commanded both respect and premium prices, with profit margins 3 times higher than standard cars. The Germans had dominated luxury cars for nearly a century, with Mercedes S-Class being the undisputed king, commanding 52% of the premium market. Before launching his ambitious plan, Toyota needed to understand exactly what he was up against. Market research revealed a brutal truth: 80% of luxury car buyers wouldn't even consider a Japanese luxury car. American focus groups were brutally honest. Japanese cars are economic, not luxurious. European buyers were even more dismissive. There's no heritage, no prestige. One Mercedes dealer famously quipped, "They can't even pronounce luxury in Japanese." But Toyota had a secret weapon: Japanese engineering precision. He launched Project Circle F, codenamed F1, for Flagship 1, the most ambitious car development program in history. The project's internal motto was shocking in its audacity: build a car better than the best car in the world. The project began in unprecedented secrecy. Toyota assembled an elite team of 1,400 engineers, 2,300 technicians, and 180 support workers, sworn to complete secrecy. The budget was staggering, nearly $1 billion, which is equivalent to $2.9 billion in today's money. Their mission wasn't just to build a luxury car, it was to reinvent the concept of automotive luxury. The research was extraordinary. 60 team members moved to Laguna Beach, California, living among wealthy Americans to understand their lifestyles. They studied everything: how executives entered and exited their cars, what irritated them about their current luxury vehicles, even how they parked. Engineers flew first class internationally, analyzing every aspect of luxury travel. They stayed in 5-star hotels, studying how premium service felt. The team even purchased and dismantled over 100 luxury vehicles, including multiple S-Class Mercedes, creating detailed analysis reports on all components. Armed with this knowledge, the team moved from research to development. The development process was obsessive. The team built 450 prototypes, consuming 2.7 million test miles. They conducted secret testing in Germany's Black Forest, right in Mercedes' backyard. Engineers tested over 400 engine prototypes before finding the perfect balance of power and smoothness. The wind tunnel testing alone cost $50 million, resulting in a drag coefficient of 0.29, better than a Porsche 911 of that era. Chief engineer Ichiro Suzuki's perfectionism became legendary. When test driver Dave Hermans reported a slight vibration at 55 miles per hour, the team spent 6 months redesigning the driveshaft. They tested 688 different seat designs, with engineers spending weeks sitting in chairs to perfect the foam density. The team spent 2 years perfecting the sound of closing doors, testing hundreds of different materials and configurations. One engineer spent 8 months testing 24 different types of leather to find the perfect texture and scent. The paint process alone was revolutionary. They developed a new multiple coat veneer system requiring 35 steps and hand sanding between layers. Each car spent more time in the paint shop than most economy cars spent on the entire assembly line. After 6 years of secrecy, the moment of truth had arrived. In January 1989, at the Detroit Auto Show, Toyota finally revealed their secret project, the Lexus LS 400. The automotive world was skeptical. The car's $35,000 price tag was shocking, nearly $28,000 less than the $63,000 Mercedes 420 SEL. German executives in attendance openly smirked. One BMW executive was overheard saying, "It's just an expensive Toyota." Those words would come back to haunt him. The LS400 wasn't just competitive, it was revolutionary. The specifications stunned the industry. Its 4.0-liter V8 produced 245 horsepower while achieving 23 miles per gallon, unheard of in its class. At 60 miles per hour, the cabin noise measured 58.5 decibels, quieter than a Mercedes at standstill. The build quality set new standards. Panel gaps were a consistent 4 millimeters, half the industry standard. The famous champagne glass test became automotive legend. During the launch presentation, Lexus balanced a pyramid of champagne glasses on the hood of a running LS400 engine at 4,000 RPM, a test Mercedes engineers had previously claimed impossible. The engine was so smooth that not a single glass trembled. A Mercedes engineer present at the demonstration reportedly left the room, visibly shaken. Within 2 weeks, Mercedes' engineering team ordered 3 LS400s for analysis. Initial reviews were extraordinary. Car and Driver wrote, "The LS400 doesn't just compete with German luxury cars, it redefines the standard." Road and Track declared it the best luxury car ever built. Even the notoriously critical German auto magazine, Auto, Motor und Sport, admitted, "The Japanese have finally surpassed us." These weren't just words in a magazine, they were prophecy. The impact was seismic. Within months, Lexus dealers had 2,300 pre-orders. By the end of 1989, they sold 16,302 cars, and by 1991, sales reached 71,206 units in America alone, surpassing both Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Mercedes' market share plunged from 52% to 30% in just 2 years, causing a $1.8 billion drop in their market value. BMW dealers reported customers canceling orders after test driving the LS400. But Lexus knew that building a great car was only half the battle. To truly beat Mercedes, they needed to revolutionize the entire luxury car experience. While German dealerships were known for their arrogance, Lexus created a new standard of customer service. They hired not just Ritz-Carlton consultants, but also studied Disney and Nordstrom's customer service models. Dealers were required to provide quiet, museum-like showrooms with fresh flowers and gourmet coffee. Even their service departments featured marble floors and leather furniture. But Lexus' defining moment came with a crisis. In December 1989, 2 separate issues emerged: a cruise control problem and faulty brake lights, affecting about 8,000 cars. While other manufacturers might have issued a quiet service bulletin, Lexus made an unprecedented decision that shocked the industry. They recalled all affected vehicles, not just for repairs, but for complete inspections. Technicians worked around the clock, personally picking up each vehicle, sometimes driving hundreds of miles. Owners received loaner cars, full tanks of gas, and detailed explanations of the fixes. The recall cost $60 million and required special parts to be manufactured and airlifted from Japan. This level of service shocked the industry and set a new standard for customer care. By 1991, Lexus had expanded its lineup. The ES250 launched alongside the LS400, followed by the ES300 priced at $27,500, bringing Lexus luxury to a broader market. The SC400 Coupe, designed at Kelty Design Research in California, proved Japanese cars could be beautiful too. Each new model maintained the LS400 standards for quality and innovation. The brand's influence grew globally. Lexus entered Canada and the UK in 1990, Australia in 1991, and mainland Europe in 1993. By 1999, they had sold their millionth vehicle. The quality standards became legendary. In over 30 years, the failure rate of LS400 engines was less than 0.1%, the lowest in automotive history. One particular LS400, owned by Matt Farah, famously accumulated over 1 million miles, using only routine maintenance, still running on its original engine. Innovation continued. In 2004, Lexus launched the RX 400h, the world's first luxury hybrid SUV. The technology was so advanced that Toyota filed 292 patents during its development, more than any previous Toyota model. By 2022, they had sold over 12 million vehicles worldwide, with hybrids accounting for 37% of global sales. Today, Lexus stands as one of the world's premier luxury brands, selling over 700,000 vehicles annually in more than 90 countries. The brand consistently tops customer satisfaction surveys and reliability ratings. The original $1 billion investment has generated over $385 billion in cumulative sales. The impact on the industry was transformative. Mercedes-Benz invested $1.2 billion redesigning their S-Class. BMW introduced their first modern V8 engine a year ahead of schedule. Jaguar completely overhauled their quality control systems, reducing defects by 75%. Even Rolls-Royce began benchmarking Lexus's quality standards for their own vehicles. The Lexus story proved that luxury isn't just about heritage and prestige. It's about an unwavering commitment to excellence and customer satisfaction. From a secret meeting in 1983 to a global luxury powerhouse, it shows how vision, determination, and obsession with perfection can transform an industry. And that's how Toyota shocked the automotive world with Lexus. But hey, if you thought this was fascinating, wait until you hear about how a brilliant engineer's work with Hitler led to the creation of Porsche. It's a disturbing yet remarkable story of how the man behind the Volkswagen Beetle went from building Nazi tanks to creating one of the world's most prestigious sports car brands. Click here to watch that incredible story. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch all our upcoming automotive documentaries. Thanks for watching.